All right, well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, February 17th, 2022. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time to talk strategies, tips, techniques. And today we're continuing the soft launch, the planned rollout of the two-step funding program. So a couple quick updates. Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, is continuing to work on building out the back end. It takes many hours of design and implementation to get this whole campaign ready to go. We are now planning for a hard launch on Monday, this coming up Monday. So progressing there. Many of you have said you wanted to be a master affiliate, which is great. So we can get you plugged in, build a big team underneath you. If you have not done that yet, but would like to, that's fine. The landing page that is provided free to each of our affiliates. So this is going to be a different distribution model. If you're a white label partner, you can become an affiliate of the two-step funding process or not. It's up to you. This is a separate landing page. It will look precisely like this with the understanding that it's still being cleaned up. So it'll have the embedded YouTube video, describe the steps, and then it will allow your clients to enroll directly, either by making one payment of $396 to enroll in step one, which is to help them get credible on paper, or they can make 4 weekly payments. And so once they click on either of these buttons, it takes them to the checkout, and they'll be able to pay, and that generates compensation for you. While this is not network marketing or MLM, we pay 3 levels deep. So each time you refer someone to your landing page, cha-ching, you're paid $100. And then we pay overrides of $50 on your sub-affiliates and $25 on your sub-affiliates. So that's what we call the passive income. What's really innovative about how they design this is that all clients become affiliates. So there's no cost to be an affiliate. It's free with enrollment. So no production requirements, no strings attached, landing pages included for free. And so this is going to really allow those of you that are more of the team builder mindset to grow much more quickly, because just organically you'll build a big team because every client becomes an affiliate. Of course, not every client will want to leverage that or will leverage that, but some will. And it's always the 80-20 rule. 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your team members. So this is continuing to come along. It's still not finished, still being worked on. There's the different campaigns that are being built, linking in the terms and conditions. And so the clients can accept those. So it's very seamless. So good progress. Thank you, Scott, for working on that. And we are expecting for a full launch on Monday. Now, as we think about how can we go out and help more small businesses, because that's our mission, right? That's what you and I do as technical advisors. We do 3 things. We build financial literacy, we help them create a lender compliant loan package, and we help small businesses access a minimum of $100,000 guaranteed. But even with that strong value proposition, the word has to be shared with prospects and or referral sources. Hint, we'll be talking about that. And so one way to do that is to use a press release. So on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see here a press release that is scheduled to go out next week to tie with the full launch. We can provide you an editable version of this so you can use it for your benefit. But we'll talk about how you can use it in a second. Let's talk about the content and the construct of the press release. Then we'll pivot around to how you might use it for your personal gain. All right, so nonprofit launches two-step funding program to increase financial literacy and access to capital for small businesses. The grant subsidized two-step funding program was launched today by a 501c3 nonprofit organization in collaboration with a number of financial partners, and is committed to narrowing the wealth gap by improving financial literacy, creating a lender compliant loan package, and assisting in meeting the underwriting criteria for a minimum of $100,000 to start or grow a business. And that's just what I said at the beginning of our call. That's what you and I do as technical advisors. Those three things help clients improve financial literacy, build a lender compliant loan package, and meet the underwriting criteria to get a minimum of $100,000. Second paragraph, the two-step program assists entrepreneurs in reaching their potential through a simple 4-week process referred to as the Small Business Certification, leveraging award-winning curriculum developed by the FDIC and promoted by the United States Small Business Administration, the SBA. Each week during step 1, an assigned financial literacy educator will teach in person or online. We're going to talk more about that and see if you want to help teach it. The educational topic of the week, and then assist participants in implementing what was learned. And that's key. I think with the development and accessibility of the internet, it's very hard to sell information because there's so much information that's available. The proposition that you and I offer these participants is not just information, but then tying that back to their business and implementation so they can recognize benefit from that. After the 4-week curriculum, participants can elect to participate in step 2 and receive additional assistance. And so we've talked about that on prior trainings. And so step 1 is the 4-week small business certification program. And then if they want to, they don't have to, if they want to, then they can enroll with you in the Access to Capital program to get the funding. And we'll talk more about that when we talk about how all this benefits you in a moment. But back to the press release. This practical and proven approach was developed with the input of SBA, SBDC advisors, SCORE mentors, top business college professors, and business bankers to properly prepare pre-launch and early stage entrepreneurs for a successful capital raise. Here, we're just giving them a quick outline of the 4 modules that's included. We go through 1 module a week, unless you're teaching it in person, hint, hint, which we'll come back to, and that was referenced here. But we'll hit on what you can do with this in just a minute. So if you're new to this content, or maybe you just haven't stopped to dig into it very deeply, this is a really, really strong curriculum. We're going to start with the topic of helping them understand the planning process. As you know, there are 4 stages of planning. There's the back of the napkin plan, where we just have that first idea. We've not vetted it out. We have the resource. Secondly, we have the resource plan. It's like, okay, if I were going to go do this, what would it take to switch the light switch on, to turn it on, to start generating income to get started? The full business plan, and then of course ongoing planning and often coaching using SMART goals: specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely. So that's what's in module 1. That's what they learn, as well as we cover the 27 mistakes if they've not viewed that already. And then we get into the implementation step, and that's where we help them literally create a lender compliant business plan with 36-month financial projections. So they learn and then they do. Module 2, which is week 2 if they're going through online. If you're teaching it in person, hint, hint, which we'll talk about in a minute, you could pace it differently. But the educational topic here is building business credit. We talk about personal credit as well. But the implementation from that is we're going to help them build an optimized business credit profile. And they're going to walk away from this step 1 with at least $10,000 of business credit to use for their business. And then also in week 2, module 2, as you're probably aware of, we help them improve their personal financial statement. Module 3, which is week 3 if we're going through it online, is on financial management. And we're going, the takeaway from it is helping them create accurate lender-ready interim financial statements, including a balance sheet and income statement. Sometimes you'll see an income statement referred to as profit and loss, means the same thing. And then week 4, module 4 is banking and money, where we pull it all together and identify the best type of capital based upon their circumstances. If they want our help to go get the funding, then they would enroll in step 2, which we're going to talk more about in just a second. And obviously it's very, very affordable. It's $2,500, but with the grant subsidy of $2,104, that of course knocks it down to $396, or 4 payments of $99. Okay, so with this press release, a couple things you need to know. Of course, we can provide this to you so you can edit it and make it relevant to you and drive people to your landing page, which you'll get for free if you decide to be one of the affiliates. So that's one item. But the bigger point I wanted to make this morning is to hit large numbers, you're going to want to develop referral partners. Referral partners are people, entities, organizations that have a sphere of influence of small businesses. So they don't have to go out and hunt and peck and find individual small businesses. The church has the congregation, the chamber has its membership and so forth. And so developing referral partners is going to help you hit massive numbers, and using this press release to introduce it is likely going to help. And then offering to provide the curriculum, whether it be in person or online, for their audience, their sphere of influence, can be very, very effective. So what I'm saying here is, in general, these modules are available online on demand, but they don't have to only be offered that way. They could be offered in one day in a 4-hour session in person, or they could be offered once a week. When I work for the SBA, we typically do a session a week for 4 consecutive weeks, usually on Tuesday evenings. So we can get real flexible and creative with that when we're working with referral partners, key influencers. So I wanted to plant that seed with you. And then I also want to talk about the mechanics here, and then we'll open it up for questions. So once this goes live, again, we're planning on it going live on Monday. We'll make sure that if you want to be one of the affiliates, then you'll have a landing page, and it'll, again, I have to be careful how I say this. It'll look just like this. However, Scott's continuing to work on it, so that there could be some tweaks and edits. But the bottom line is, you'll be able to drive people to your landing page. They'll be able to sign up. You get paid. They track in your hierarchy and so forth. But one of the key questions that I keep getting, which is a good question, is, okay, so someone enrolls in step 1, great. I make my quick $100, great. If I'm a licensed insurance agent, then I can pitch them on key person policies, do a financial needs analysis, help them with their asset protection, great. But the question, what's not been clear, I think, is when would you pivot them, if you're a white label partner, over to step 2? And so let's talk about the mechanics of that, the details of that. Well, first of all, you'll be obviously notified each time you have an enrollment, right? Because it's a commissionable event. And so you'll have a login, you'll be able to see who enrolled and when and how much money you're owed. Really strong reporting that Scott's setting up. But at that point, you have, if you're a licensed insurance agent or working with one, a key person prospect, and also a strong prospect to move into step 2, the full access to capital. And so, didn't mean to do that. So with that, what you're able to do is at any time that you and they agree for them to move forward, then what can happen is you can send them to your white label landing page, which you should already have. If not, get with Scott and he'll help you get that set up. And then they can actually enroll in step 2, which you and I know it's the full access to capital program, no upfront cost. They agree to your terms and conditions at that time. When they're agreeing to your terms and conditions, they're contracting with you, right? That's the way the white label partner model works. So you're determining the terms and conditions. Let's drill into a couple of those. So let's say that you refer them into your landing page as a white label partner. You get to determine, is the deposit that they pay refundable or not? Are you going to give them credit for the $396 that they've already paid? That's up to you, because you're controlling the financial structure with your clients on step 2. And then you're also controlling the performance fee. And so while we've been talking a fair amount over the past month or so about our delegated mentoring process, which is working really well, I think it's better for many of you and it's better for most of the clients. that becomes irrelevant in the two-step process, right? Because the mentoring, the 4-week process has already been done or is already being worked on through step 1. So you wouldn't need to, I don't think, ever choose delegated mentoring for step 2 for these clients that are advancing. Therefore, you can set the performance fee at whatever level you want. Many of you are going in that 12 to 15% range, but ultimately it's up to you. So I think that wasn't clear, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, is once we go live, you'll have a landing page. You'll be able to drive people into your landing page, get them going on step 1. You won't have to worry about that mentoring. You'll be able to get them the key person policy if that's within your scope of practice. You'll be able to upgrade them to step 2 by feeding them to the your white label page, and whatever your terms and conditions are is what they'll agree to. I think many of you are offering them a credit of the $396 against the $2,500 refundable deposit. That seems very fair. And again, most of you are going with a performance fee of 12 to 15%, but it's up to you. So those mechanics, I just wanted to clarify because I don't think it was clear. Again, to the extent that you want to leverage the press release and develop referral relationships, there's nothing wrong with you going to pastors of churches, explaining what you do, and sign them up as a sub-affiliate. So now they can get revenue and you get revenue and override revenue. And then those folks can either go through the curriculum, their congregation can go through the curriculum in person if you want to teach it in person, or conveniently online. So with that, I'm going to pause and ask questions, because I think I know it's a very exciting opportunity as we're launching the two-step process to increase client satisfaction, to increase your income, and to get you paid more quickly. So this is a superior approach. Can you continue to just take the access to capital out to the market as you have? Absolutely. So do you have to do the two-step approach? Not at all. That is completely your choice. This is a secondary parallel method to take the programming out to the marketplace. You will choose what it is you want to introduce your prospects to. Okay, so let's start fielding questions. So if you can type in your questions, comments, concerns into the Q&A, which is like chat and Zoom, we're going to start working through those. Okay, so Zahn was first. Okay, so when they've gone through step 1, through it, all 4 weeks, right? So we've gone through the curriculum here that we just discussed. Then we can make an educated decision. Are they a good fit to move into funding? And the example that I gave last week, and it's become kind of infamous now, is the Darren example. Darren is a real person, a real client, and Darren is not happy. He's not happy. Darren wants $7.5 million right now. Well, between you and I, Darren's a nice guy. He's handsome, he's smart, well-spoken. He is not credible enough right now for $7.5 million. So if Darren would have came through this two-step process, Darren wouldn't be unhappy, because before we went to step 2, we would have gone through the education, we would have gathered the data, we'd have his loan package built, and we'd be able to consult with him and say, we don't see a clear and quick path to get you from where you're at to get you $7.5 million, Darren. We're probably going to either need to reduce the amount of capital raised in the short term, or we're going to need to improve your credibility. But right now, there's not equilibrium between your situation and the 7.5 million goal. So back to Zahn's question, we'll be able to objectively evaluate the client circumstance at the end of step 1, if you wish to do this, before they go to step 2, to make sure that they don't go into step 2 with unrealistic expectations. we can guarantee anyone a minimum of 100,000, and that's in writing, and that's here on the website and so forth. But when you get people that get these really aggressive goals that are not consistent with their current circumstances, that you hope, you pray that they would be reasonable enough to know, okay, we either need to lower the amount we're looking for in the short term, or we need to improve our credibility, because right now it doesn't match. So what Zahn's saying, what happens if they get through step one and they don't qualify for what they're looking for? Well, they know that, right? And so we can either help them become more credible through the free 60-day credit sweep, or through the collateral support program, or whatever different arrows and tools we have, or they may just choose not to go into step two because it's unrealistic what they're looking for. So I think your questions on is exactly why we are proposing that each of you consider using this two-step process, because it will keep from having it'll get you paid quicker, and they'll certainly get what we promise, and they'll get at least $10,000 of business credit. So it's not going to be a waste for them, but it will keep them from having expectations that are unrealistic. All right, so Winston asked, as participants complete the two-step program and upgrade to the access to capital to step two, he's asking, how do you explain the 2,500? Well, it's still a refundable deposit. So, and you could lower that if you wanted. And we talked about, Winston, you could credit 396 to the refundable deposit, but refundable deposits are common, right? Go try to lease an apartment without putting a deposit down. It's normal. So they get it back, but there's a deposit, because now there's going to be work and effort, and we're taking the risk, right? Because there's no upfront cost for access to capital. And frankly, we've seen some people not be very responsible and paying as agreed. So yes, there's a deposit and it's refundable, but you as a white label partner determine how much it is and if you want to credit this amount or even more. But you are right to the extent that normally we talked about the refundable deposit to build the loan package. In this case, that's already been created. So you can offset that concern if you'd like by giving them a credit of 396. All right. And let's see. Mr. Rich is asking, yeah, so in the press release, certainly you could edit it with your phone number and with your email address and the city and state and the appropriate date. And then lastly, the contact information, because you're going to want them to come to you, right? Because a big part of this, again, if you see the big picture, it's not just finding clients to help, but it's finding referral partners that can bring you clients, insurance agents, CPAs, attorneys, website developers. I was just talking to an IT guy yesterday. So he doesn't, well, I guess he does develop websites, but he does just a lot of computer network support. This man has hundreds of small business clients that he's going to introduce this to, because now he's got an economic reason. He's going to be an affiliate, and he knows a lot of those folks have a need for more capital, but they don't know where to go. So the big picture of using this press release, Mr. Rich, is not only to use it to describe what we do to potential clients, but to go out and develop referral partners. All right, thank you for that, Mr. Rich. All right, so Renee asked, how will a client be tagged if they sign up for step one? Okay, so that's a very good point. So let's talk about tracking for a moment, and I'm glad we got to this to dig in specifically. So each of you, if you want to be an affiliate in this new distribution model, many of you have already kind of pre-signed up. If you want, we can get you signed up as a master affiliate now, or you can wait till Monday and the full site will be operational. Doesn't really matter to me. You can either participate in this or just stay as a white label partner. Again, it's up to you. Doesn't matter to me. But if you do this, then you get a free landing page that'll look almost just like this. Well, it'll look just like this with whatever edits Scott ends up making for the final release. People will be able to go down here and sign up. So for example, they'll be able to sign up, pay the $396, or the other option was the 4 weekly payments. And again, all this is still being cleaned up. So this is hard coded. It's programmed to credit to you. So you'll be notified when you have clients that enroll. You'll be paid when clients enroll. They're your clients. That's what's taking a while. This isn't just a merchant card processing interface. It's part of the full tracking that is making sure that you get credited. So for step one, it's bulletproof, Renee, right? Bulletproof. Now, step two is optional. So first of all, people do not have any requirement to move on to step two. They can if they want, they don't have to. It would behoove you, because you'll be notified each time you have a client signs up. You'll be notified each time you have a sub-affiliate that has a client sign up, and you'll be notified each time you have a sub-affiliate that has a client that signs up. It would behoove you to be the person that upgrades them, that upsells them, that helps them into the access to capital. Because whomever takes that individual to their white label landing page and has them click, yes, I agree to the terms and conditions that you choose, is the one that has that client under contract. So Renee's point is correct, is that we'll have probably some affiliates that drive people in here, but that don't get proactive and help them move into access to capital. And if someone else does help them move into access to capital, then that's a different transaction. It's a different event. And so whomever, in general, whomever signs the client up gets benefit. And so we have good tracking, with it now, with this, there's impeccable tracking. And then when you send people to your white label page, they agree to the terms and conditions, and then you go submit them. And I can show you where. So for white label clients, for step two on the white label page, they are submitted on the white label client submission form right here. So the bottom line is, whomever submits a client here is the one that's going to make the money off of it. And again, what we talked about, the delegated mentoring, we shouldn't have to do delegated mentoring for the two-step clients. So that way you make optimal amount of income. But I see your concern, Renee, but the point is, whomever signs the client up is the one that gets the rewards. And that's true for step one or step two. Okay, so Jeremy asked, one of two Jeremys on the call. Jeremy asked, so at the end of step one, he asked, are we going to go over the loan package? Well, we're doing the mentoring, Jeremy, so thank you for clarifying that. So in all cases, we're not delegating the mentoring for the 4-week curriculum. The delegated mentoring that we've experienced thus far has not been consistently successful. So to improve and maintain quality control, we will do the mentoring during step one, taking people through these 4 modules. So so that's part of the answer to Jeremy's question. And then, yes, at the end of the 4 weeks, we're going to put together a capital match, which is referenced here, and based upon their needs and their circumstances, give them direction of where they should go for that capital raise. Ideally, they would use us, your services, via access to capital, and ideally you will have already secured them and signed them up for this as the next step before we got to week 4. But I guess the answer to your question, Jeremy, is yes, the capital match occurs once that data set is collected. Let me know if I missed your point there. All right, so Mr. Jackson's asking about the he said $399, but it's $396. Can it be credited towards a deposit? Well, that's what I said. It's up to you, right? You control. You're the white label partner, Mr. Jackson. You have the terms and conditions on your website that state what they're paying and if there's any offsets. So I would have to ask you that. versus you asking me that, because you control, as a white label partner, you control the client's terms and conditions for the access to capital. But most likely, yes, you'd want to do that. All right, Mr. Rich asks URL. Yes, so we will provide, of course, at no cost, a landing page to each affiliate and all your sub-affiliates. And we're going to have about 1,000. We expect to have about 1,000 affiliates in our first full 30 days. So by the end of March, we're going to have a lot of people. And so the goal would be to have as many of those people in your hierarchy as possible, so you're getting overrides. But yes, each will get a landing page that allows this tracking to work. So when people pay, that you're getting credit for it. And of course, there would be a unique URL that you would send them to. So the content would look like this, but it wouldn't be to twostepfunding.com. It would be a unique URL. That's what makes the tracking work. LJ has a really good question. So white label partner. So this here has nothing to do, quite frankly, with white label partners. So we're developing a new affiliate model for step one. And then our white label partners are controlling step two. So that's the difference. So affiliate / master affiliate / sub affiliates, whatever variation of affiliate term you want to use, is the new distribution model that we're using to take step one out to the marketplace, which we're referring to as the small business certification. So that's a new distribution model that you can plug into if you want, not if you don't want to. There's no cost to be an affiliate, free landing page. Step two is the domain of our white label partners. And so that's the relationship between the two. So I think where LJ is going is he's saying, well, I'm a white label partner. I should go build a bunch of affiliates that's feeding people into me left and right. That's exactly right. And I apologize, LJ, I think I failed to make that clear. So let's say you're a white label partner and you're not generating as much income as you want. You need more referrals. Well, become the master affiliate here. Allow people to become sub-affiliates. They get paid by enrolling people into step one. You get overrides, but now you have a ripe audience to upgrade into step two. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, moving on to next question. Zahn asked, will you be notified when they've completed step one? So I do know that the system that Scott's building will notify you, of course, each time a client enrolls, whether they pay one time or 4 times. And you should be notified also when you have sub-affiliates that have a conversion or sub-affiliates that have a conversion, but that's not your question, Zahn. Zahn's question is, will you be notified when they've completed all of this? I don't know that that'll happen, but what you know is it's a 4-week curriculum. So if you get notification on, let's say, February 21st, then you know 4 weeks later they should be done with it. So I think it's more time-based. Now, if they don't complete everything, we don't cut them off after 4 weeks. We'll continue to work with them until the job is completed at no additional charge. But I don't know that you'll need to be notified when they've completed. Instead, the more important notification is when they've started, because that's what gets you paid and that's what puts you on an alert. Do I need to start talking to these people about key person policies? Do I need to start talking to this person about an upgrade? So the trigger is going to be on the front end, I suspect, more than the back end. All right, Mr. Jackson asked, what happens to clients that bypass this 2-step process? Well, I mean, right, not everyone's going to enroll. And so if they don't enroll, then they don't receive the benefits. So I may be missing your point, Mr. Jackson. Again, you can enroll them directly as you have been in access to capital and skip this 2-step altogether. They won't even know about this if you don't bring it up to them. So you're in control. But what this does do is it's going to increase client satisfaction. It's going to make sure that the people that go on to step 2 are a good fit. It's going to get you more money and get you more money more quickly and generate a structured passive income model for you. A lot of benefits, but you're right, Mr. Jackson. You do not have to participate in the 2-step process. You can just remain a white label partner and just drive people into access to capital directly if you prefer. All right, Pierre's asking about the affiliate titles, and so that can become confusing. So we're not MLM or network marketing. We're in a multi-level affiliate, multi-tier, I should say, multi-tier affiliate payout system. So there's 3 tiers. And so the labels can be interchangeable, but you have level 1, and then beneath you, you have someone that's signed up through you that's level 2, you're getting an override, and then whomever level 2 enrolls level 3, you're getting overrides as well. When we talk about the term master affiliate, it's usually referred to as the person that's at the top of the hierarchy. But we talk about sub-affiliates, like you might sign me up here and I'm your sub-affiliate, but I don't go around my world saying, hey, I'm a sub-affiliate of Pierre. To me, I'm just an affiliate. But technically, we use the term master affiliate to talk about who's at the top of the hierarchy. Sorry for any confusion there. So Mr. Rich is talking about, so how do you grow your affiliates? And so since the model has Scott gets credit for this, to be an affiliate, you must enroll in the program. So there's no cost to be an affiliate. There's no cost for the landing page, but you need to go through the curriculum because we need our affiliates to know what the heck they're talking about. We've seen a weakness of that with some of our white label partners. I'm sure none of you. So automatically each client becomes an affiliate, but there's no strings attached, no production requirements. Again, the landing page is free. So you would get new affiliates, Mr. Rich, by either signing up, well, by signing people up, or by the people that you sign up, signing up others. And so it develops a hierarchy out. So it's done through production. Easy to do. Gigi's asking about, yeah, the key person policy. So the way that we structured it, and this is what was asked by several of you, is if you want to sell the key person policy to the clients that you have going through step 1, you're encouraged to do so, you're empowered to do so, and you keep 100% of that commission. So yes, that's up to you. Now, if you don't want to do it or you're not licensed to do it, then don't do it. We can have someone else do it, but you would have the opportunity to do it. If we get down to module 4 and we're going through their loan package and we don't have a key person policy, and they say, well, no one's talked to me about that, then we'll get them with an agent to write one. So if you are, Gigi, going to write these policies, you need to get that conversation started upstream, because we need that key person policy to be in the loan package. All right, LJ asked a good question. As a white label, where does he register affiliates? Well, technically, white label partners don't have affiliates. Instead, as a white label partner, if you want to participate in the affiliate channel, then you would do so here. You would become an affiliate, which is outlined here. So you would become an affiliate in this structure. Then you would have a landing page, and then you would be able to add sub-affiliates. So it's a separate distribution channel. All right, so Renee asks, when the client pays the $396, the $100 affiliate commission is paid in full. That's a great point. So the commissions are paid out once the client has paid the $396. So thank you, Renee, for that. So most people we've seen will pay just upfront rather than dinking around with 4 payments. But if they are in the payment plan, $99 a week for 4 weeks, then the commission is paid out once the $396 is paid in full. So that's a great point. So you'd want to encourage them to pay up front, and most people will, but they don't have to. They have the option to pay weekly, as you saw here. Okay, let's see. Yes, so anyone that is in our affiliate channel will have access to the press release and editable version, of course. So absolutely. And so, yes, Sandy, you're correct. So what we've done is frankly, we have a new investor involved with this. This is a separate distribution model. It's a new affiliate program, has nothing to do with the old affiliate program. This is a new affiliate program built around the two-step funding. It took us over 6 figures to put this together. And we brought in an equity investor for that. And so it's a separate standalone. So if you want to plug into this, you'll plug into it. If you don't, that's okay. No obligation to do so. All right, let's see here. And I guess that was Pauline's question as well. All right, so I think we've covered it. So let me summarize. We ran way long. I apologize. So we're continuing. Specifically, Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, is continuing to get this refined and ready for full launch, the two-step funding program, by Monday. We expect it to be ready. I frankly think it'll be done before then, but let's just go with Monday. It's you'll receive a free landing page that'll look like this, minus any edits that he makes between now and then. People will be able to sign up right from your landing page, whether they want to pay weekly or upfront one payment. This will generate commissions to you. We're not MLM or network marketing, but we pay 3 levels deep. Clients will go through the 4-week curriculum. You can upgrade them at any time that you want through your white label portal to get them into access to capital. If you're a licensed insurance agent, you can get them set up on their collateral assignment, the key person policy. Secondly, we introduced this press release, which is scheduled to go out on Monday, the hard launch date. And if you're participating in the affiliate distribution system, we're happy to provide this to you in editable version. You can change the contact information. Didn't mean to do that. You can change the contact information and use that to reach out to clients and prospective referral partners. Any other questions? Anything that we didn't cover, that didn't make sense, that didn't sound right to you? Okay, so right now, if you want to be one of the sub affiliates, and I'll show you how to do that. So you can go to IIMFL, go to small business certification. So this is where it sat previously. This will go away, quite frankly. But the small business certification used to sit here. And then down at the bottom, you can let us know if you want to be a master affiliate. I know it doesn't say exactly that, but it says if you want to be a distribution partner. So right now we can get you plugged in via Adobe, a more manual process. But here soon, by Monday, we'll have the fully automated going. So if you want to be one of the master affiliates, so you're positioned to have a large number of sub-affiliates on your team for overrides and get plugged in and ready to go in advance, you can do that by going to IIMFL, the small business certification, and letting us know you're interested. We'll send the Adobe. Or if you just want to wait, you can just wait. Or if you don't want to participate in this distribution model at all, that is your option. All right, Joseph, thanks for helping us put this together. Joseph, you have any other comments, questions? All right, well, I think we're good to go. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Bye-bye.